yes, your positioning, you force it in a way, but I promise you that this player was going to make the same decision. He doesn't even see you. This player doesn't even see you. Like, he kind of sees you, but he's going to make the same decision regardless of whether you're there or not. And I almost feel like we're forcing plays, both like with our own ball control and mechanics, but also like through positioning, that like literally at our rank don't need to be forced because the opponents are going to throw the ball away. Okay, so we're going to look at Thanu, Air, Rejects. Dropped 0-4 in this series. Don't know which game this is. Doesn't necessarily matter if you dropped 0-4. Playing with the team, we will see why we struggled against this team. And we can call this Grand Champ 2. I mean, I will attribute this to a kickoff goal. I'm not going to break that down unless it keeps happening. Let it play. Taking us a little bit just to kind of get into a flow state. It's the biggest thing I think that's limiting us getting into the plays boost, but it's just been kind of unlucky, you know, with the way the boost timers have been timing. Again, nothing. I'm not gonna nitpick it yet. Good. See if we're like over controlling the ball. I almost get like I almost get an over controlling vibe from this. If it keeps bugging me, I'll explain my thought process. Good. Good. I mean, it's slowly starting to pick up. And I feel like we're trying to play too pretty. We're trying to play too perfect. We're trying to control everything. And we weren't getting a ton of times for ball control. And I almost just want us to play for beat like this. You could totally turn this into a ceiling double and air dribble. You just beat him. And then you steal boost. And now we're flowing. So, and that's good. And that's good. Like, we're flowing now. It just took us a little bit too long to get into this game. Totally fine. Good. Yeah, Air, I got you. I feel like a common trend with you as a player is when you lose games or are having a tough time, the core problem is it takes you too long to get into a flow state. And what I mean by flow state is just like a smooth rotation and smooth challenges. I think it's exaggerated in threes, meaning in threes it takes longer to get into that flow state. And I feel like the root is you try to over control. And I know control is good. It's really important to find times to control. But it's like the times to control where, and I still don't know if this is the problem or what I want to talk about because I want it to build. That was good. That's fine. That's fine. Yes, we're diving a bit too, but like I'd rather see us just boom off ceiling or. This is one of those plays where, like, it'd be cool if we can get something going, but it's really hard to get something going here given our setup. There's not a whole lot you can do. It's just awkward. Like, you can't really air dribble this. You could pass mid, but you have 2 goal line defenders. You can't really Doomsy dish this because you have someone challenging right here, right? So it's kind of like a dead play, and I just feel like I like our 50 to start the play. Another option is you just boom around, like boom left, like do the same corner play, but instead of taking a 50 into it, like you just try to beat this player around. But it's these moments that it's like the time when we control. And this, like you're trying to keep this touch close, get a little control play going. I mean, just boom this. Not like out. Again, you can't really, what it revolves around, it's a dead play. Meaning your options are limited. And I know this is super tough, but like if you want to be super cheeky, it's somehow a close corner double, or you go up for it like you're going up for it and just try to put this touch around him, right? Just around, like, so like really what's bugging me, just like that corner play and just like this play, you're forcing something to be here when literally the situation, not because you're bad or mechanics are breaking down, it's just not a good situation to do something in. Doing something meaning control. And that's what I'm looking at. It's the time and place. I like our 50s, and I liked this. Because, like, again, think about the time and place. Like, and I'll try to switch my brain to, like, what's causing this. Like, I'll try to see if there's a root. Like, maybe it's boost management, maybe it's positioning, maybe it's rotations. I don't know. But for me, I get more of a game sense decision-making vibe from this. Cheeky would be a ceiling double. That's some sort of control. But, like, you just go for the beat right here. Like, if you went for ceiling double, this player might bump you. So, like, you going for the beat right here, even though it threw the ball away, like, I feel like you played this situation the best you can as an aggressive third man. The other way is don't even go. But I want you to go. Like, I like you going for this, and I like the beat. So, I want to see what's... I know the problem. And I feel like it's a game sense route, a decision-making route, but I want to see if there's anything else. Like maybe we're just over-rotating back, and then if I could figure out another route, maybe it's cut more, or maybe it's manage our boost better. I don't know, but the biggest problem is I said over-controlling, but it's really this, like you're forcing plays that, not forcing like you're forcing a challenge or forcing a player to throw the ball away, but you're forcing your own... You're trying to take a bad play and make it good when you should have just 50'd or boomed or whatever. And examples work the best with this. Like, I like this from you. We have control. We could play a low 50, but if you caught this on your car for like a flick or a little bit more of a picture perfect control play, you would have been dunked. So you just boom it over, you catch the player diving. I like this. Because the problem, I said game sense, but it's really an impact thing where it just took us way too long to get into this game. And I like that cut. And I like that beat. I like that beat. Successful play. Almost got the follow. That's fine. And then teammate scores. The only reason is because, like, I see you as such an impact player. Like, you're very good. We don't have a ton of impact, and I'm trying to figure out why. Nice try. And I think positioning and rotations are good. So you said, I notice I can't find those moments to be impactful. You literally don't have moments to be impactful, right? So, like, it's like, how can we create those moments? Part one of it, and this is the hard, this is like a hidden problem, game sense. We need to, over time, get better game sense and decision making to recognize opportunities that just aren't there and just beat, take a 50, throw the ball away, or don't go, right? Like that's an over time problem because that's very tough. So I want to start thinking about the things we can do and work on. I want to say part of it is challenges. Not that we're diving and throwing ourselves at the ball. There were a couple times. Like we could focus challenges and focus like a play to beat or play to 50 and not try to force mechanics, but do that to hopefully have the boost, have the positioning, and be ready for an opportunity that might be better. And I'm going to draw some pictures. It's like, you know, more drive challenges, more fake challenges. Let the opponents throw the ball away. Play for a 50, play to beat. Don't force it. I wanna try to find some examples and show you like how it affects what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm gonna use this example not specifically, but just to kind of like on the point show you what I'm talking about. I want you going for this ball, by the way, specifically because like this could be in your net. Like it's good that you're forcing this over. But like because we go for the challenge, now we lose the boost race. Now we have to play back, and now we might not get the space or the opportunity where we could add impact. Again, not that specific play because I wouldn't really want you to do anything else right there. But I think that's a problem that is happening when we challenge the midfield, maybe the corner on defense, play the ball on offense. It's almost like we're doing too much in a situation that we really didn't need to play, and we could have like simplified it. And then that's affecting the next play where we really could have added impact. I'm going to try to find like a good example to kind of get this. This is 1,000,000% game sense. And I think what we could focus on is play for more beats, play for more 50s, which is like opposite of what we talked about last week. Look for drive challenges, look for fake challenges. The fakes are what I really want to show. I think we could play a little bit more patient. Like we don't need to force every touch. And I think it's like this patience. I don't know. I'm hoping to find an example of a fake. I mean, that's fine. Maybe in another world, we play a little bit of a deeper third right here. We don't push into the play. And since we like push into the play, now we're kind of forced to take a 50 right here. I'm not saying like play back, play deep third. More so proving the point of how like we're almost like overplaying plays that aren't there. Like you're playing close, like it's going to be a rebound, a pass, a lost 50 that you could pick up quick, and it doesn't happen. So it's like a reading thing. So like, I mean, maybe part of it is like a little bit more midfield positioning as a third. That's good. But that's still not the fake I want to show. Hoping to find a fake. That's fine. I like the attempt on control. That was a good opportunity. It's decision making. Some of the stuff I think we can do. Play a little bit more of a patient third. Bring the ball back. Either let it roll back or bring it back yourself to retransition. In situations, corner, play for 50, play for beat. Don't try to control in these situations that aren't good. And I'm still wanting to find this example where we could almost fake challenge a little bit more in the midfield. I know it's what we need. It ties into, I would say the theme of this all is like more effective game sense, more effective decision making, which is very tough. Like we turn, we cut. Yeah, this is cool. But you could also let this ball roll. It might be a little bit awkward, but maybe this is a good air dribble opportunity for you to transition. Because we turn, cut, force, keep pressure in front of us, it prevents our impact. And I think a lot of it is revolving around patience. Here we do. That's fine. See, like this. Not the best fake challenge example, but what I want to... I'm fine with this. Rotate out. I think you have a third behind you. I mean, he could play, you could play, it doesn't matter, but rotate out. And the reason I love this concept, like give the opponents time on the ball. Yes, a fine decision is you, like you're forcing not through a challenge, but through positioning. But like if you could have this mentality where it's like, I'm going to give this guy space. I'm going to give him time on the ball. I'm going to let him make a mistake and throw the ball away rather than, okay, I'm going to force this for our third man. Right? Like you see, like this is super tough and there's a middle ground because you don't want to play like super passive. But notice how like, yes, you're positioning, you force it in a way, but I promise you that this player was going to make the same decision. He doesn't even see you. This player doesn't even see you. Like he kind of sees you, but he's going to make the same decision regardless of whether you're there or not. And I almost feel like we're forcing plays, both like with our own ball control and mechanics, but also like through positioning that like literally at our rank don't need to be forced because the opponents are going to throw the ball away. This is a very tough review, not for me, but tough for you to practice because all of this is like game sense and decision making. What you could focus on is play to beat, play to 50, not like over controlling the ball. Really trying to work on the game sense of like what is a good situation to control. Playing a little bit more patient as a third. Don't hesitate to bring the ball back, whether it's rolling back or controlling back over your back wall. And in the midfield, I love our cuts. I really do like our cuts. I like the game sense behind it. But a lot of our cuts and a lot of our aggressive positioning is literally, it looks really good from our POV. It's really good on paper. I promise you, like if you were in a bubble team, right? Like if this was higher level gameplay than GC2 SSL, you would need to be there. But at this rank, I almost feel like you're putting a little bit too much respect in the opponent's ability to do something, and you're forcing plays that don't need to be forced. So like all of this revolves around like patience from your end, but also not forcing your own control and also not forcing the other opponents. I hope that like makes sense, like in theory. Again, thinking about the things you could practice, the 50, the beat, a little bit of a deeper third, little bit more patient positioning, not insta challenging people and forcing. I know it's a core attribute of your playstyle because you're a forcer. Like you're very risky. You have good ball control. Like that's a good thing. I want to try to find a middle ground and learn the game sense of like you're right here right now and you're not thinking I need to pre-jump to shut down this guy's wall play. I'm just going to kind of sit here, track some pads, and wait for him to throw the ball away. I guarantee we pre-jump. No, this is good. Prove me wrong. Thank you. Also, our teammate pre-jumped, so that was the force. But I promise you, like, let's look at this dude's POV. I think your teammate's ceiling challenged. This player's throwing the ball away no matter what. So, like, your teammate who's forcing didn't even need to force. But there's a middle ground. You don't want to play too passive. And, like, you see how you're just sitting here? I want, like, a little bit more of this because, like, you see how now we get, like, double touch, air dribble, whatever you're going to do. Like, this is where we want our impact. We don't want our impact by forcing mechanics in situations that are just not there. Yeah, I mean, you are playing more patient, I think. I'm not saying we need to, like, dumb it down even more. But, I mean, it's tough because I gave that example of, like, a bubble team. Like, you would need to force. It's like you're respecting ball control and mechanics that aren't, it looks like they're here, but they're not here. Like, it feels like you're forcing them to throw the ball away, but they're really not. Like, this play over here, like, you see how your teammate Bry challenges off the back wall? They don't even need to do that. Bry could have stayed back wall and drove this way and went back post, and you could have just forced it. Right? So, like, it's not just you, it's team, it's rank, it's the rank of play. I think we just respect the opponents a bit too much and what they can do. That was good. Because the goal, like, that was off kickoff, but we need to get more opportunities that look like this. And I think us forcing everything, going for everything, right? Like, we're not, like, playing like a ball chaser. You've definitely dumbed down the play style and played a little bit, not less risky, but a little bit more structured. I want to keep working on this. I think a lot of it is game sense and decision making, though, which will take like an active training focus. It's almost like I want to see you submit a replay in the next couple weeks where you're playing too patient and people start clipping on you, and then we could work backwards.